So today we're down here in the seed starting area, and I wanted to give you guys an update of how things are going and what we've been doing here the last few days. I really want to update you guys on the two videos that we had posted earlier this year. One was on the onions and the other one was on the Carolina Reapers. But before we do that, I'm going to show you guys what we've been planting. So we have our two greenhouses here. This one here has a heat mat in it. It's got a little bit more condensation on the inside. This one's just got the lights, but it has a bunch of condensation as well. We're going to start with this guy here. Some of this stuff we just started the other day, so there's not much to show yet because nothing's still sprouting. We've got Roma tomatoes here. Actually, no, this is organic Roma, and these are just Roma. Some of the stuff I was just trying to use up my seeds for. I got some older seed. I'm getting rid of them, and we want to get the stuff. I don't want them to go to waste. I want to actually use them. So we got a 75 or 72 cell flat here of the tomatoes. Here we've got our lettuce. Whoa, that's wicked crazy lighting. Wow, I've never had that happen before that I know of. I was just kind of looking at my camera here, and I've got some nasty glares with all these LED grow lights going on. So a couple of these trays I'm going to pull out. We'll look at it on the table away from the light. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of stand back and point here a little bit. We've got our lettuce here. I've got red Salanova, green Salanova, red leaf, green leaf, and spinach. And I did plant 6 cells of iceberg lettuce just to try. I've tried it in the past. It didn't go over very well. So, and then we got parsley, dill, and cilantro. It looks to be that Salanova and red leaf lettuce is just starting to pop up. Here Candace has some Shasta daisy, some bellflower, and some stock planted. And those are going to take a few more days to germinate yet. All right, in here we've got our cabbage. We've got cauliflower, white cauliflower, lavender cauliflower, which has not sprouted yet. I don't know why. Just this variety didn't yet. We'll give it a few more days though. And then we've got all our broccoli. I think we've got, let's see, 6, 12, 24, 36 cells of broccoli. And with broccoli seed being small, there's a few in each one. We got to go in there and get those thinned out. But I've got 2 rows here that has germinated nicely. These 2 has not germinated, and these 2 are doing pretty good as well. So just different varieties. Sometimes they take a little bit longer. These are some bell peppers. We've got jalapeno here in these 3 cells and bell pepper over here. I got thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I need more bell peppers because I've only got, I think, 14 germinated over here on the bell pepper side. So I actually went back and we planted 36 more cells, and I know that's not all going to germinate, but we're going to get a pretty good spell of peppers on there. We are on the heat mat here with this pepper tray. I tend to get the peppers started with the heat mat. Down here we've got, this is our yarrow that we started back in February. I just filled up the rest of this tray with, this is all straw flower, different shades, different kinds of straw flower, and it looks like we have a few starting to germinate. I know Candace will be super excited about that. And then this is another flat of tomatoes that we just got going the other day. I've got 6 big beef here. I've got, I think, 36 Brandywine here. And then Roma Grandes fill out the tray. A Roma Grande, I had got just a few plants from my buddy Roscoe. I believe it was last year. No, it was the year before. And I actually really liked them because they're like a Roma tomato, a paste style tomato, but they're huge. They're like the size almost like a big beef tomato. Maybe not that big, but they're big. And so I really fell in love with them. I got looking at my seed, didn't even know, but I had quite a few of the Roma Grande seeds. Problem is, they were really old. They were like, I think 8 or 10 years old. So I decided this year I'm going to plant them. We're going to see if they germinate. I'm sure some of them will, and we'll put them in the ground. But I was trying to start my tomatoes this year in 2 different successions at least, just so they weren't all ripening at the same time. At least gives me a week or 2 kind of window in there where I'm really trying to stress in fall and get everything processed. So we did start 2 flats of tomatoes over here last weekend, and I think we're going to wait about a week here yet, and we're going to start probably a couple more flats. And we're looking to get we're trying to get anywhere between 125 and 200 tomato plants in the ground this year. I know it sounds like a whole lot, but we just used our last can of spaghetti sauce from last year. So we've already ran out. So obviously last year we didn't plant enough. I believe we had about 50 tomato plants planted last year. It wasn't enough. The year before, I think we had about 125, and it was just about right. So I think this year, kids are only getting bigger. You're only eating more tomatoes, right? So we're going to get these guys going on a little bit more tomatoes. And if I have extra, I can always give them away to family and friends or co-workers and kind of spread the wealth a little bit that way too. All right, so let's get into this one tray that I had planted. I want to bring this out and show you guys, explain to you guys what I did here a little bit. This is our reapers. And if you remember in the last video, I had a whole flat plant. Actually, it was from here over. It was all reapers. And none of them germinated right off the bat. So I knew I was using my seed. I didn't want to have to go out and buy new seed. But I ended up, since none of the other ones germinated, I went and bought seed and put 10 seeds in here. And I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to germinate. They are double cells. I am going to thin those out though. So this is new seed reaper. Now waiting for these to germinate. Some of the actual old seed that I put in germinated. So we do have a couple here. Reaper being a hybrid, you're going to get one or the other type of pepper out of that reaper if you were to use the seed the following year. And I did this last year. I got reapers out of it. I'm guessing they weren't as hot as an actual original reaper seed. They tasted great. I ate them. I made reaper sauce. It's hot enough for me. I know that. So, but what I wanted to say is I did go out and buy some new reaper seed from Pepper Joe's. I believe I got it off Amazon. And then last weekend, I went and filled up this tray right here with my own reaper seed, just like I did before. And I fill a few cells over here too. So if I get them to germinate, that's fine. I don't believe, like I say, they're as hot as an original reaper seed is. I'm going to go back to purchasing reaper seeds straight from a trusted source rather than trying to do something funky and actually come up with my own seed. It's probably not beneficial. So I hate to put that out there, but that's what I'm doing. I screwed up. I'm right and wrong. This is just for me anyway. So like I said, whatever came up last year was still awfully hot. Okay, full disclosure done. Now, I want to show you this. Oh, funky lights. This is our celery. So we had our celery planted in one of the cell trays. So we just up-potted these the other day and gave them a little bit more growing space. This is our first year at celery, and these beauties are looking awesome. We're going to get these in the ground as soon as possible because we got to get some extra room down here for more starts. But these celery plants are looking great. Candace is super excited to have something a little bit different in the garden this year. All right, I know the lights are all janky with this LED stuff, but we got some more flowers here. Got bachelor buttons, China aster, celosia, baby's breath, and floss flower. We just got these going the other day as well, and they're looking great. It's gonna be a few more days till they germinate, along with these here too. These are all marigolds. So these are a whole bunch of marigolds that we had extra seed for. And what we like to do in the garden is take our marigolds and plant them at the end of each row. It's really good for the bugs, kind of keeps some of the nasties away. And so that's what we got them for. We're not selling them or nothing like that. We just got them kind of put at the ends of our rows in the garden this year. And we kind of did that last year. It really helped out a lot. All right, here's what I want to show you guys. These are our onions. I've got red Creole onions here. I've got these are yellow onions here. These are red onions here. And what I wanted to show you, we started these on January 15th. And these things are huge. We've never had onions grown from seed like this. And what we've been doing is going in here about once a week now, and I'm cutting these guys right back. So you can kind of see some of the cuts I've got here. But these have already shot way up in just this last week. I mean, these things are as big as my hand again already. And it just took a few days really. So this system is working excellent. What I'm doing, so I'm letting these tops come up and get just as high as the light. And then once they get growing past the light, I come by and I just take a pair of scissors and I just cut these down, and it's working excellent. These things are just plumping up real nice. They're getting real sturdy, real good root systems on them, and everything's wonderful here. One other thing I started doing here is on Fridays, I take some of this fish emulsion, fish fertilizer, and I mix in a couple teaspoons into my water bottle right here, and then I just shake it up, and then I'm bottom watering all these. So I just bottom water that, and these things are taking off faster than I can even imagine. So we just had a 5-inch snowstorm last weekend. It actually got up to almost 60 degrees today. So everything's now melted again. We've got one more system coming up I'm kind of watching, but as long as that one passes and we don't get any snow out of it, I think we're good to go to get these guys in the ground, out in the garden. We got to get them outside. We want them in that cool weather. That's where they're going to thrive right off the bat, and they're going to do much better outside all spring than they can in here. But these guys are just fantastic. And with our new fertilizer regimen that I've been sticking to, I have done this before, fed with fish fertilizer. I just haven't done it as much as I probably should have. So this year I've been really sticking to it, and it's just paying off in spades now. So these guys are doing great, and I think we're gonna have a super cool, super productive garden this year. I know it's in the early stages over here with our seed starts, but that's okay. That's just where we're at with our time frame in our growing zone here in Michigan, and we really enjoy getting to switch over to this time of year. So we just got done with our maple syrup season, and now we're switching over to full-fledged gardening, seed starting season. We're going to be out in the garden. We're getting stuff lined up out there. We're going to do some modifications, and I hope you guys stick around. If you guys want to know how we got these seeds started and these onions to grow and grow and grow, I'm going to let you guys check out this video right here. We'll catch you on the next one.